Thank you for joining us tonight for Virginia Dream FC's second home match between the Alexandria Reds and your home team, Virginia Dream FC. And now for the starting lineup for the visiting Alexandria Reds. Number 23, Jeffrey Aguilar. Number 10, Christopher Barnard. Number 0, Kamari Colcleasure. Number 11, Oluwaseni Joseph. Number 19, Patrick Kakayira. Number 8, Rafael Macado Esteves. Number 4, Lucas Mataszewski. Number 7, Elias Norris. Number 12, Sheriff Seka. Wrong number. Number 22, Ethan Stewart. And number 6, Kevin Ventura. Alexandria Reds are coached by William Hanna. And now for the starting lineup for your Virginia Dream FC, powered by Roadside. Number 77, Paul Bangura Jr. Number 12, Nick Ducheski. Number 17, Andres Garcia. Number 22, Jean-Christophe Kofi. Number 24, Bernardo Mahano. Number 4, Henry Mordica. Number 20, Demetrius Shepard Lewis. Number 98, Gabriel Soriano Beltran. Number 18, Alejandro Sosa. Number 8, Brandon Williamson. And number 15, Terrell Williamson. Virginia Dreams coach is Roger Rojas Goodbold, and owner is Lucas Mendez. We'd like to recognize all of our sponsors here: Quality Chiropractic, Doctors Spania and Kunesh Dentistry, Urban Halo Salon, BSMI, and the Properties and Estates team at Pearson Smith Realty. Now, please stand and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. big welcome to those who have tuned in to the live stream for the NPSL matchup, Virginia Dream versus the Alexandria Reds. Virginia Dream coming off a huge 1-0 win over the weekend versus FC Frederick, thanks to a goal by Terrell Williamson. They'll be looking to make that 2 in a row tonight against the Alexandria Reds. Players are in their final huddles here. You imagine both teams will be looking for a fast start tonight. An excellent turnout from the Virginia Dream fans, supporting their club, rain or shine. Terrell Williamson is in the center circle, just about ready to kick us off. And Terrell Williamson kicks us off. Virginia Dream start with possession in the back with Ducheski. Ball into Kofi and back to Demetrius Shepard-Lewis. Here's Ducheski on the ball. Kofi dropping deep, looking to dictate play. He goes long here. And that's out of play. The Reds clearly looking to press high early. Brandon Williamson fighting for the ball. And Terrell Williamson putting pressure on that Alexandria Reds back line. Cleared away. Foul there on Demetrius Shepard-Lewis. The Reds will have a free kick just around the center circle. Looks like Virginia Dream is lining up with a conventional back four. 3 in the middle, 3 up top. Ball in behind, cut out by Garcia. Throw in here for the Reds. And here's Kofi on the ball. Forward to Brandon Williamson, who looks to reverse it back to Kofi. That midfield partnership of Williamson and Kofi will look to dictate the play today. They've been a major factor in Virginia Dream's success so far this season. Williamson on the ball now. Soriano with the touch, cleared away. And it's out for a Virginia Dream throw. Shepard-Lewis throws him behind, Soriano can't quite reach it, and it's a goal kick. The Reds look to play it short and build out of the back. Terrell Williamson with the pressure. It goes long. Intercepted by Kofi. But here's the Reds on the ball again. Foul whistled there by the referee. Kofi gets him back in play quickly. Another foul on Williamson. Williamson back to Henry Mordica. Andres Garcia with the pass cut out. And now here come the Reds on the counterattack. But it's out for a throw. Henry Mordica dispossessed, but won back by Kofi, who surges through the midfield. He goes back to Ducheski. High presses on here from the Reds. It's out to Soriano. Good ball by Shepard Lewis down the line. Long throw from Shepard Lewis. Ball breaks to the left back, Andres Garcia, who looks long for Williamson. Knocked down. Finds its way back to Terrell Williamson. Takes the snapshot. Just over. But a good look for the Virginia Dream forward. A dangerous player on his day. He did grab the winner in the last game on the weekend. And the Reds look to build out of the back again. Kofi with the pressure. It's out of play. Virginia Dream ball. Paul Bangura Jr. can't quite control it. It's out for a Reds throw. Quickly taken. And the Reds look to build through the middle. Foul called here by the referee. The Reds will have free kick in a dangerous area. Ball just cut out by Shepard Lewis. It'll be a Reds throw. Ball back to Nick Ducheski. Carries it out confidently. Finds a great pass to Soriano, who's on the move. Looks to poke it through to Williamson. Williamson in the area. Finds Paul Bangura Jr. Takes a shot. Say, goal! Paul Bangura Jr. Wonderful build-up play from Virginia Dream. Getting down the right-hand side with a great ball out by Ducheski. Found Soriano, who found Terrell Williamson in behind. He looked up and found Paul Bangura Jr., 1v1 on the left, who made no mistake with the finish. And it's 1-0 to Virginia Dream. The Reds look to compose themselves a little bit with some possession. Ball cut out by Ducheski. Shepard Lewis facing his own goal. Manages to get the ball away. Came off a Reds forward last. So it'll be Dream ball. Off Soriano last. That'll be a Reds throw. Soriano fighting. And here's Williamson on the line. Finds a good ball to Bangura Jr. in the middle. Can't quite find Williamson. And Kofi swarmed by 2 Reds players. Andres Garcia slides in, makes a great challenge. It'll be a Reds throw. In the box, Elias Norris. Sheriff Seca. Reds forwards looking to add to their goal tally. It'll be a Reds throw deep in Virginia Dream territory. Ball cut out by Bangura Jr. and Kofi's on the run. Well challenged, out for a throw. Andres Garcia with ball in hand. Williamson blocks a tackle. Looks to may have hurt himself, so we'll keep an eye on that one. Reds playing around the back. It's a good ball into the middle, and the Reds continue to build through Aguilar. Ball out wide to Elias Norris. He goes to the byline. Great defending by Shepard Lewis. That's out for a corner. Corner will be taken by the Reds captain on the day, Rafael Macado Esteves. Norris looked to get it short. It's played into the middle. Header flicked on. Won by Mahano and cleared away. Only as far as Aguilar. Soriano wins the ball, dribbles out of pressure. Looks to go long for Bangura Jr. He takes it down after a slip. Looks to play in Williamson, who's in on goal. And a clean tackle, according to the referee. That's out for a corner. Looked to me like Williamson might have got a touch on that. But just a corner as it stands. To be taken by Mahano. Dream leaving just 2 back. Kofi and Williamson at the edge of the area. Both center backs in the area. Looking to get ahead on this. Ball's in. Williamson goes up. Still alive. Williamson does well. Fighting for the ball. Brandon Williamson helps him out. But the ball's out for a goal kick. Ball wide with number 22, Ethan Stewart. Cut out by Demetrius, who recycles, finds Mordica at the back, and now here's Garcia. He goes long to Williamson. Second ball won by the Reds. Nice touch there from Macado Esteves. They'll look to build through him in the midfield, the number 6 today. Soriano doing well to retain possession. Back to Shepard Lewis. And now here's Kofi. Looks for the switch to Mordika. He goes long. Garcia putting pressure on. Looks like that'll be out for a goal kick. Virginia Dream with a confident start here at home. Looking to turn the Cloud, as the stadium is known, into a fortress. The referee having some words with some of the Reds players. Play continues. Reds go short. Virginia Dream pressing a little bit higher up here. Good ball out by the Reds. And they build again with Ethan Stewart. He finds a pass into the middle. Excellent through ball. Getting to the byline. Cut back. Kofi with a great interception. And now here's Mahano. Soriano with 2 men on. Does well to turn out. And now here comes Dream. Can't quite keep it in play there. Garcia. This will be Reds ball. Christopher Barnard with a good turn. Cut out by Dream. And here's Paul Bangura. Ball played in by Ethan Stewart, but flicked out for a goal kick. No real danger there. Ethan Stewart looks to be right-footed, playing on the left side. Seems to be cutting in quite a bit, looking for that in-swinging ball or short pass into midfield. Shepard Lewis back to Ducheski, who finds Soriano with a tough ball, can't quite keep it in play. Mikado Esteves recycles around the back. The Reds again looking for that direct ball into midfield, this time cut out by Dream and away by Garcia. Bangura takes it down, dribbles through the middle, finds Shepard Lewis. Great work from Shepard Lewis and from Mahano, but can't quite keep possession. Mordika can't quite take it off the feet of Seca, but his shot well over. No real trouble for Alejandro Sosa in goal. Kept a clean sheet versus FC Frederick over the weekend. Ducheski brings the ball out, looks to go long. Williamson will go up for this. Aguilar takes the ball down nicely in midfield, but can't quite find Seca. Now we'll have a throw-in for the Reds with Ethan Stewart. Mahano with a great turnout there after a loose pass from Stewart, and Bangura Jr. taken down. Referee looking to keep his cards in his pocket early. Definitely can't complain about that. Kofi goes wide to Mordika. Back to Kofi. And back to Mordika. Garcia pushed up. Looks to swing it in. Williamson with a great takedown. Oh, and the shot just wide from Terrell Williamson. Couple of half chances for Williamson already, and he seems in the mood tonight. Goal kick taken short again here by the Reds. It's won by Kofi, but straight into Mikado Esteves. And now a foul here on Mikado Esteves. He looks to be holding his face. Seems to be okay. Ball played forward, flicked on. Mordika with the clearance. Now here's Kofi. Out to Shepard Lewis. Back into Kofi with a man on him. Looked to be caught there, but no call from the referee. Kofi put his hand on the ball, and now it's a free kick for the Reds. Kofi not too happy about that one. Christopher Barnard over the ball. Free kick in a fairly central area, so he may look to float this back post or in swinger he goes for. It's one. Blocked out for a corner. Mikado Esteves over to take the corner. This will be an in-swinger with the left foot. Dream leaving too high in Williamson and Bangura Jr. In-swinger comes in, won by Kofi and out by Williamson. Terrell Williamson fighting. And now Reds into the penalty area. Ball slipped through. It's a goal for the Reds. Goal for the Reds. That's a goal there for number 15, Sheriff Seka. Nice slide rule finish into the bottom corner after great work from Christopher Barnard. And we are all square at one here at the Cloud. And Dream look to refine their play. Ball in from Williamson towards Terrell Williamson, cut out by the goalkeeper. Shepard Lewis comes forward for the throw, looks for Williamson, and again cleared away by the Reds. Shepard Lewis on the throw. Looks for Terrell Williamson. Flick back by Soriano. Here's Kofi with 4 men around him. Cut out by the Reds, and now they come on the break, but can't quite keep it in play. Elias Norris. Referee not happy with Norris kicking the ball away. Dream players are wanting a yellow card, but referee opts against it again. Soriano fighting with Barnard for the ball. Cut out by Shepard Lewis, and now back with Mordika, who's got time. Out wide to Andres Garcia. He shapes it into Bangura with a great turn. Look to use his pace there. Nicely cut out by Patrick Kakayira. Here's Brandon Williamson. Cut out there by Mikado Esteves.
Mahano finds Ducheski with space to roam into. He finds Shepard Lewis wide. Shepard Lewis into the box. Slight loose touch there, and it's cut out by the Reds, who will now build. Good hold-up play there by Sheriff Seka, but no foul, and into Williamson. Ball gets poked wide. Bangura Jr. can't quite reach it. Now the Reds come away on the break. Joseph skips by Garcia, but pass cut out by Mahano. And now here's Bangura Jr. He finds Williamson inside. Looks for Mahano running down the left, but can't quite keep it in. It'll be a Reds throw. Reds will look to recycle the ball around the back through their goalkeeper. And now Lucas Matuszewski brings the ball out. Good play by Ethan Stewart to find Elias Norris, who's in the box. Great defensive work there by Mordika to cut out the cross. Ball still in play. Aguilar with time drills a cross in right onto the head of Elias Norris, who can't find the target, but a big chance there for the Reds to take the lead. Sosa will be relieved that went wide of his post, and now here's Ducheski for Dream. Back to Sosa, who's got time with no real press on from the Reds. Mordika will carry it forward. He looks for the driven ball across the field to Ducheski, who finds Shepard Lewis. Mahano looks forward for Terrell Williamson. Ball cut out, but it's back to Ducheski. And gathered there by Sosa, but was under pressure from the Reds forward. Good work there by Mordika to find Bangura Jr., but he can't quite hold on to it. Ball here with Elias Norris. Mordika gets his foot in, goes up for the second ball. And again, still in play with Aguilar, cut out by Ducheski. Dream getting pressed into their defensive end here, but holding steady. Garcia with the ball. Throw in straight to Mikado Esteves, who looks wide. And cut out by Kofi. It'll be a Reds throw. Ball wide for Ethan Stewart, who finds Elias Norris. Cross comes in, but straight into the hands of Sosa. Dream will just be looking to establish a bit of possession here, get themselves up the pitch. Williamson fights for the ball. It's back to the Reds goalkeeper, who looks wide immediately for Ethan Stewart. And he recycles. Looks like Ethan Stewart and Matuszewski briefly switched roles there, but back into their starting spots. Ball through to Elias Norris, but clear offsides there. Good line held by Virginia Dream. who have just been knocked out of their stride a little bit after that equalizer. They had a number of good opportunities before and after the goal, but the Reds seem to have more of a foothold in the game here. Ball cleared away by Matuszewski. Bangura Jr. wrestling, gets away from his marker and back to Garcia, who puts the ball in. Cross over the head of Soriano, who looks to track it down. He fouls Ethan Stewart, who will be thankful for that to get out of pressure. Back to Matuszewski into Aguilar. High press on here from Virginia Dream with Brandon Williamson. And out off Garcia for a Reds throw. Ball was in there to Sheriff Seca, who wins the foul. Free kick taken quickly by Mercado Esteves. And now here's Elias Norris. Back to Esteves. And he goes back to Matuszewski. High press on again there from Dream with Bangura Jr., but the Reds defender able to escape. Kevin Ventura. Ball over the top for Aguilar. He holds the play up. Looks back for Barnard, but cut out by Brandon Williamson and cleared away. Ball finds its way back to Barnard. And a foul there. Andres Garcia. Reds will have a free kick. Dream leaving just one up the pitch on this occasion. 2 back for the Reds. Aguilar and Williamson facing each other top of the box in a crowded penalty area. Ball's whipped in all the way through. Didn't look to be a touch there, and it's Virginia Dream throw. Throw in taken quickly. Shepard Lewis confidently out of the back finds Mordika, who looks to find Garcia but can't quite get the ball there, but it's found its way back to Mordika. He goes long. Bangura being held. That's a foul by the Reds. Dream will have free kick just around the halfway line. Mordika finds Mahano, who finds Ducheski. Into Williamson, back to Ducheski. Soriano on the ball. He goes back to Shepard Lewis, who finds a switch to Mordika. Mordika driving forward. Ball cut out there, but should be able to retrieve it. He does. But good pressure there by Seca to win a throw for the Reds. Another Reds throw. Loose throw there, but retrieved by the Reds center back. And Ethan Stewart on the ball finds Esteves. Back to Ethan Stewart. He finds a square pass into the middle to Barnard, cut out by Williamson, but second ball finds a Reds player. Soriano cuts out the pass. It's broken to Seca. He looks for the reverse pass to Aguilar, but cut out by Ducheski. Williamson able to turn. A bit quick there, looking for the run of Williamson. Terrell Williamson, who didn't seem to be on the same page. I think the Dream will want to establish a bit of possession here to get their rhythm back, start creating chances. Williamson fighting for the ball. Cleared away again by the Reds, and ball all the way back to Sosa. He finds Duchesky, who can turn, and now here's Kofi. Garcia with the ball taken off his toe, but out for a throw. Williamson does well. Looks for Bangura Jr., who's in behind on the left. He's facing 1v1. Finds Terrell Williamson in the middle. He finds Mahano, and now Kofi. This is good play from the Dream. Kofi spins, looks for the shot, but that's well wide of the target. Good pressure on him there by the Reds midfield, who didn't look to give him an inch. It'll be a Reds goal kick here with just about 10 minutes left in the half. Both teams with opportunities. Long here from the Reds. Duchesky able to flick it back to Sosa. Long from Sosa straight to a Reds player and into Aguilar. Nice touch back to Mikado Esteves. Ball cut out by Demetrius Shepard-Lewis. And it'll be a Reds throw with Ethan Stewart. He goes down the line to Elias Norris, but good pressure there by Shepard-Lewis to win a throw. Shepard-Lewis will now go long to Williamson, but can only find the Reds center back. Pressure there from Mahano, who looks to have caught Mikado Esteves. Williamson just telling the Reds center back to move the free kick back a few yards. Now here's Matuszewski. Brandon Williamson joins with the press. And a foul there on Mikado Esteves, which the Dream players not too happy with. But the ball's in play again. Referee plays on. Cut out by Kofi there, but Reds players are into the box. Gets to the byline, cut back. Aguilar with the shot straight at Sosa. Tricky moments there for the Virginia Dream defense. With only a few minutes left in the half to look to keep things tight. Again, the Reds forward able to find his way through and find Norris. He cuts back, finds Aguilar. Norris now on the right. Ball whipped in, but just over the head of Sheriff Seka. Excuse me, that's Oluwaseni Joseph, who's made a few good runs now off that right-hand side, penetrating into the Virginia Dream area. Duchesky turns back, cut out by Sheriff Seka. The Reds keeping the pressure on here. And Norris with a good turn. Looks inside, and it's a goal for the Reds. Nice play there by Elias Norris. So the Reds able to find their second goal here just before halftime, and they'll take a 2-1 lead with them, hopefully to the break from their perspective. Dream will look to see if they can get a final push here in the first half and try to equalize. Mahano putting the pressure on, followed by Bangura Jr., but Reds are able to play out. Reds keeping possession here, just look to dictate the pace of the game. It's a wayward ball over to this left-hand side, but kept in by Ethan Stewart, who finds Matuszewski. He found Kevin Ventura into Aguilar, but cut out, and now here's Dream on the attack. Can't quite find Mahano there. Bangura Jr. Kamari Kukleisure, the goalie here, goes long. Oluwaseni Joseph looks to keep that in, but can't quite reach it, and it'll be a Dream throw deep in their defensive half. Garcia with the ball in hand. He looks for Bangura Jr., who takes it down on his chest, but can't get away from his defender. And it's offsides there from Seka. Dream just looking to find their rhythm here again. Garcia on the ball. Cut out. Bangura passes the ball back to Garcia for the throw. Garcia with the high challenge there on Christopher Barnard. The referee talking to Garcia, looks like it'll just be a word. Take that back. That's a yellow card for Andres Garcia. The Reds bench clearly not happy with that challenge. The referee, as earlier, looking to keep a lid on this game if possible. Rojas, good bold on the sideline, looking to give some tactical instructions to these Dream players. Conversations still going on between the Reds coaching staff and the referee, as well as his fourth official. Play looks to resume with a free kick from Barnard. He goes down the line, but cut out by Garcia. Patrick Kakayiri with the throw in. Flicked on by Oluwaseni Joseph. Aguilar with a nice touch through the middle. 1v1 situation here. Kofi back to cut out, but the referee spotted a foul prior. Looks to be Andres Garcia. So the Reds with a dangerous free kick here with the time winding down in this first half. Christopher Barnard, scorer of the second goal over the dead ball. Aguilar and Mikado Esteves switching places. Mikado Esteves taking up a position on the back post. As you'll see, an outswinging free kick here from the right-footed Barnard. Aguilar free at the edge of the area. It's whipped in onto the head of Oluwaseni Joseph, but he can't find the target, and a big let off there for Dream, who will be looking to get in at halftime and regroup after what was a very strong start. But the Reds have come back even stronger and lead here 2-1. Shepard Lewis retrieving the ball. And he takes the throw, looking for Soriano. Nicely brought down, and he finds Shepard Lewis. Back to Soriano, but can't keep the ball in play. Ethan Stewart with the throw. Out again for another throw. Looks like Matuszewski will be on that throw. He hands it to Elias Stewart and returns back to his center back position. Elias Stewart with the ball in, finds Soriano. He's got three around him, can't escape. And here's Aguilar on the ball. Wide by Kevin Ventura. And now here comes Oluwaseni Joseph again. Elias Norris finding himself all the way wide, 1v1 with Shepard Lewis. Good defending there from Williamson, but concedes the corner. Mikado Esteves will take the outswinging corner. Referee looking at his watch. Ball in. Sosa goes up for it and cleared off the line by Mordika. Kofi steps in here and now can break for Virginia Dream. Slightly heavy touch, but it finds Williamson, who looks to flick it on to Bangura Jr. Can't quite reach the left winger. But here's Shepard Lewis as Dream look to put together an attack before the half is over. Shepard Lewis does well, wins his side a throw into the Reds' territory. That's cleared out by Mikado Esteves for another Dream throw. Looks to have slipped there out of Shepard Lewis's hands, and the referee blows time on the first half. It is 2-1 for the Alexandria Reds. Dream with a strong start, finding a goal with Williamson. But the Reds pushed back and found two goals of their own. And a tight game that Dream will be looking to reestablish themselves in the second half. Teams are back out on the pitch here for the start of the second half. It was a strong finish by the Reds, who came back from a goal down to take the lead 2-1 going into this second half. Referee blows his whistle, and second half kicks off with the Reds in possession. Ball out for a Virginia Dream throw here with Shepard Lewis. He takes space up the sideline. Out for another throw. He looks to go long here to Williamson, who flicks it on. Soriano with the high press. No chances taken by the goalkeeper. And won well by Shepard Lewis, who finds Williamson into Mahano, who goes back to Ducheski. Mordika, now at left back, finds Williamson, looks to flick it on. Cut out by the Reds, but a good start here in the second half from the Dream. Mordika up the line. Flick back by Mahano. And the ball with Kofi. Kofi on the ball again. He finds Kevin Zhu, substitute at halftime there for Andres Garcia, who did pick up that yellow card. Mordika making his way up the line. He serves in over the head of everyone, and it'll be out for a Reds throw. But a good positive start here from the Dream. Looking to come out strong just like they did in the first half. Williamson with the pressure, but it's a good turnout from Mikado Esteves. Off the face of Zhu. And ball played forward by Barnard. Finds its way to Kofi. And now Soriano with a little bit of space. Able to hold off Aguilar. Good close control there by the left-footed right winger. Mahado on the ball. Bangura Jr. goes back to Zhu, and now back with Bangura Jr. He keeps possession, finds Zhu, who finds Ducheski, and now into Kofi, seeing a lot more of the ball at the start of this second half. Mahano with the quick slide rule through ball, looking for Bangura Jr., but it's well cut out by the Reds goalkeeper. Ball now with Oluwasani Joseph making those runs in from the right side. That was a feature of his play in the first half. He gets it wide to his opposite winger, Norris, who looks to play the ball into the middle, but away by Mordika. Ball coming back to the Dream, though. Lots of space here for Barnard. He goes wide to Joseph. 1v1 on Mordika, but good cover by Zhu. And it's out for a Reds corner, their first attack of the second half. Looks like Mikado Esteves will be on the set pieces again this half for the Reds. He'll look to put in an in-swinger. A large gap there between the goalkeeper and the Dream defender's. Ball comes in, but it's over the head of everyone and out for a goal kick. Sosa with the quick ball into Zhu, who finds Mordika, but a little too heavy on the pass there, and it'll be a Reds throw. Kakayura with the second chance at the throw. Flicked on by Barnard. Up into the air by Zoo and won well by Kofi. And now here's Brandon Williamson. He looks for the ball through to Bangura Jr., but nicely cut out by the Red center back, Kevin Ventura. Aguilar looks for the through ball. Finds Elias Norris, 1v1 with Shepard Lewis. Nicely defended, able to get a foot in there. And the Reds look to recycle the ball again. Williamson putting the pressure on. Kakayura finds Mikado Esteves. Good pressure there by Mahano. Wins Virginia Dream a throw. Taken quickly to Bangura Jr. Pressured by Barnard. Barnard able to keep it in. Plays it wide. Not on the same page there as his teammate. And it looks like Mikado Esteves is in some pain here after that challenge by Mahano. He wanted a foul. Nothing given from the referee. He'll have to make his way back to that center midfield spot. Well wishes from Mahano there. Now here's Mordika with the throw for Dream. He finds Mahano, who cuts inside, holds off the challenge, takes a shot, blocked. Out for a throw, and Zoo will look to resume play quickly. He hands it off to Mordika, who goes back to Zoo, who will recycle possession through Ducheski. Ducheski all the way back to Sosa. And now Sosa finds Ducheski, who finds Kofi in the middle. Nice play there between Kofi and Ducheski to build up the pitch. Ducheski looks for Terrell Williamson, but always going to be a bit too heavy on this wet pitch. And now the Reds look to build forward with Kevin Ventura. He looks long, straight through to Ducheski, who again goes back to Sosa. Dream with a little more emphasis on retaining that possession this second half. Again, Ducheski with the build-up. You can see that option into Kofi is what they look for. And if it's cut out, Ducheski will take that space down the right. Throw in to be taken here by Shepard Lewis. Dream will look to get him forward this second half as they seek for an equalizer. Shepard Lewis back to Ducheski, who goes to Zoo, who has space to roam. He finds Mordika wide. Kofi on the ball again to Ducheski with space. Loose pass there. Soriano can't quite get his foot on it. And now back with the Reds. Ball out from the Reds. Goalkeeper finds Mordika, but won back well by Patrick Kakayira. And Ventura will get the ball back in play for the Reds. Good pressure by Mahano to force it back to Kakayira. He continues the press. Bangura Jr. showing the Reds center back wide, and it's cut out well by Shepard Lewis. Bangura finds Terrell Williamson, who finds Brandon Williamson, and out to Shepard Lewis, who makes his way into the penalty area. Ball chipped in. Mordika with the strike. Not cleanly connected, but the goalie spills the ball, but able to be retrieved by number 11, Oluwasani Joseph. He's taken down and looks to be in some pain there. Good build up there from the Dream with Mahano starting off the press. Bangura showing it down the line, and Shepard Lewis able to step in and kick off that attack. Unlucky from Mordika on the volley. Again, Virginia Dream look to press. Bangura not able to cut out the pass from Ventura. Ball back with Ventura. He's got space to run into. Well cut out by Brandon Williamson. And a good ball by Mordika into Mahano. Kofi with men around him, but does well to find Brandon Williamson. Williamson cuts in, looks for the big switch to Soriano. Can't quite get there, but it'll be a Dream throw-in deep into Reds territory. A much better start to this second half for Virginia Dream, who will be desperately looking for this equalizer. Shepard Lewis looked to take the long throw, but instead goes short to Soriano, who makes his way into the box, pokes it through, but it's cleared out. Soriano does well to keep it alive in the shot by Brandon Williamson. Comfortable for the Reds goalkeeper. Reds go short again here and look to build out with Ventura. Cut out by Kofi, but won well by Barnard. Zoo able to keep hold of it and win the foul. And a yellow card for Barnard for some choice words he had with the referee. Zoo takes the quick free kick to Mordika, who finds Williamson and recycles around to Ducheski. He finds Shepard Lewis, who finds Kofi inside with a bit of time and space. Kofi goes wide to Mordika. Mordika looks down the line for Bangura Jr., but it's cut out by Kakayira. He finds Christopher Barnard. Well done by Dream there to win the ball back. Kofi and Mordika. Mordika finds Williamson, who can't quite find Kofi, and now the Reds look to break. Well cut out by Shepard Lewis. And now here's Mahano. Bangura Jr. able to get away from his man. It's a strong challenge. It's a strong challenge there from Ventura on Bangura Jr., who is down in a lot of pain. Trainers will need to be called down here, and the Virginia Dream bench furious with that challenge. Yellow card for Ventura. Foul was just on the edge of the penalty area there, so it'll be a free kick for Virginia Dream in a very good position. Mahano looks to be the one lining this up. Bangura back on his feet, which is good to see. Going through a few tests to see if he'll be able to carry on. Seems like he will. And now Mahano on the free kick for Virginia Dream in a very dangerous position. It's a packed penalty area there with all but 2 forward for the Dream. Referee just checking that the wall is ordered. And here comes the in-swinger from Mahano. It's straight into the wall and again cut out. But it'll be a corner for Virginia Dream again to be taken by Mahano. Bangura Jr. looks to be running off that strong tackle. He provides the short option, but it's in from Mahano. Header from Ducheski, but it's cleared off the line by a combination of the Reds defenders and the goalkeeper. Mordika quickly into Kofi and back to Shepard Lewis. More good play here from the Dream, who are getting closer to an equalizer. Shepard Lewis now in this left center back spot. He'll look to get himself back over to the right side. He finds Kofi in the middle with space to turn. Kofi wide to Ducheski, who finds Soriano. Back to Ducheski and back into Kofi. Kofi looks for the slide rule past Soriano. It's cut out by Mikado Estevez, and here come the Reds on the counter. Elias Norris does well to bring his team up the pitch and provide some relief for the Reds, who have been under pressure this second half. Ethan Stewart on the throw, gets it back and finds Aguilar. Pinballing around there, winds up with a throw in for the Reds. Good play there from Aguilar, but can't quite get that ball through. And Kofi with what looked to be a clean shoulder challenge. Again, the Virginia Dream bench and fans not happy with that one, but it'll be a Reds free kick. Christopher Barnard stands over the ball. Not too many committed forward from the Reds. Barnard with the ball in. Up and out for a corner there by Ducheski. Mikado Estevez slowly making his way over to the corner. He'll look to put in that in-swinging ball again. Ball comes in. Popped up into the air and out by Mahano and further cleared by Bangura Jr. Williamson goes up, wins the ball, but can only find Aguilar, who resets back to his goalkeeper. And now the ball with Ventura. Barnard able to turn there in the midfield and find Ventura. Zoo able to cut out the pass to Aguilar. And it'll be a Reds throw. Kakehiro with the throw, looking for Sheriff Seka, who's been less involved this second half. And here's Mahano, finds Soriano, and now Virginia Dream can break. He finds Williamson wide in space. Williamson resets back to Kofi. Kofi finds Mahano, who goes wide to Mordika, taking space down the left-hand side here. Ball in, cleared by Ventura, and it'll be a Virginia Dream throw. Mordika on the throw looks quickly for Brandon Williamson, who goes back to Mordika. And Mordika finds the switch to Ducheski. He finds Shepard Lewis, who will look to run at his man. Gets to the outside and wins his team a corner. The Reds protesting that call, but it will be a corner for the Dream. Soriano with the ball in hand will look to in-swing this with the left foot. Kofi free at the edge of the area. In-swinger comes in, and the header over from Mahano. He found himself in space at that back post, but unable to get his header on target. And it's another opportunity off the set piece from Virginia Dream, but unable to capitalize. Quick goal kick directly into the middle. Joseph looked to go on another one of his runs, but cut out by Bangura Jr., who escapes down the left, finds a good ball into Williamson, but cut out there by Mikado Esteves. The Reds look long for Seka, who's able to take it down. He cuts in and out, finds his wing partner in Oluwaseni Joseph. Cut out well by Zoo, and Brandon Williamson calm in his penalty area, able to clear but blocked. And now here's it was Aguilar who was with the ball there in the box, but it was cleared and Williamson able to win his side a free kick. Ducheski will take the free kick for Dream. About 20 minutes to go here for the Dream to find an equalizer. Ducheski goes short to Soriano. Soriano to Shepard Lewis and back to Soriano. He switches play to Zoo, who's got time. Kofi picks up the ball in that center midfield spot. He dribbles into a bit of trouble. And now the Reds can break with Christopher Barnard. Kofi backtracking. Able to slow them down, but the Reds are able to get in on the right. Nicely cut out by Zoo, who finds Bangura Jr. Back to Zoo, and now Kofi can look to build out. He finds a good ball to Soriano, who looks to be dropping a bit deeper with Shepard Lewis pushed high up the right. Kofi again finds Mordika. Ball in the middle there looking for Mahano, but only can find Aguilar for the Reds. He looks for the ball for Barnard. Did well to take it in his stride, but touch was just too heavy and finds its way back to Sosa. And here's Soriano again, looking to pick up that ball just a bit deeper, maybe to help Dream find their way out of that right-hand side. Bangura Jr. finds Zoo. He finds a good ball into Williamson with a good turn. And now here's Mahano. Bangura Jr. retains possession. Zoo finds Kofi again in the middle, and now out to Ducheski, who has time. He gets the ball bounced back to him by Soriano, and now Kofi with space to run into. Williamson does well to find Shepard Lewis. Shepard Lewis able to retain possession, but only for so long, but he's won it back. Sliding challenge there from Esteves. He's able to emerge with the ball. Shepard Lewis tracking back. Williamson cuts out the ball, pops to Aguilar, who passes straight to Christoph Kofi. Ball through to Bangura Jr. It's called offsides there by the referee. That was definitely a tight one. Bangura Jr. as well as the Virginia Dream crowd here not happy with that call. But a let off for the Reds. Substitute there. Andy Hernandez coming onto the pitch, onto that right-hand side in place of Soriano. Zoo looks to get the ball in play, finds Ducheski. He gets the ball back to Kofi. Kofi with the ball to Williamson, who can't find Shepard Lewis. And it'll be a Reds throw. Throw cut out by Mahano, able to retain possession there, win his side a free kick, and now here's Kofi. Kofi finds Zoo, who quickly finds Mordika. He looks up for Bangura Jr., which has been possibly Virginia Dream's best outlet this second half. Ducheski into Williamson, this time able to find Shepard Lewis, but he's unable to control, and the Reds will have another throw. Barnard unable to control there, and it'll be a throw for Dream. Taken quickly by Shepard Lewis, and here's Ducheski finds Zoo. He finds Mordika wide. Nice turn in the middle from Brandon Williamson. Finds a good ball to Terrell Williamson, but just unable to hold on to it. Williamson looking to press here. Good ball from the Red center back to find Kakehira. Press on here from the Dream. You can hear step up being yelled from the coaching staff. But Mikado Estevez able to find a pocket there and get the ball wide to Elias Norris. He finds Barnard. Ball swung in out by Shepard Lewis. Mahano chasing, but the Reds able to keep possession. Cut out by Shepard Lewis. But again, only as far as Mikado Estevez, who wins his side of throw. Good flick by Barnard there, but cut out by Zoo. Still fighting, and the referee saw, I think, the use of the hands there by Christopher Barnard. It's Dream with a free kick, and they build out through Zoo and Mordika. Bangura with a man on his back. Nice touch inside to Mordika. Able to poke it through to Williamson, but cleared away by Kevin Ventura. Header back from Shepard Lewis into Sosa, and now he finds Ducheski, who looks for the pass in the middle to Williamson. First touches for Andy Hernandez, cut out, but Shepard Lewis able to pick up the pieces. Williamson able to find Hernandez, but looks like Kofi is down in the middle and needing some attention here. Maybe cramp there from Kofi getting stretched out by his teammate Kevin Zhu. Both sides using this opportunity to get tactics from their coaching staff, get water, and what's set up to be a nail-biting final 12 minutes here. Kofi is up. Looks like he'll be okay to continue. Big stoppage in play here after Kofi went down. He seems to be receiving treatment on that Virginia Dream bench. It's 2-1 here to the visiting side, Alexandria Reds. But Dream will feel they have a few more chances in them to try to get this equalizer. Ball back in play from the Reds, who kick it out for a Virginia Dream throw. Ball played forward and out for a Virginia Dream throw. Looks like Kofi is still not back on the pitch. And throw in cut out. Deflected off Dream will be a throw in for the Reds. Dream looked to be playing a man light here with Kofi still receiving treatment, but Williamson breaking forward. He looks inside, cleared away, out to Zoo, does well to take it down and find Duchesky. He finds Shepard Lewis, who drives inside, retains possession, and finds Mahano. Mahano on the ball again. Looks for the cutting pass to Andy Hernandez, but maybe too ambitious there. Mahano working hard to get the ball back. The Reds doing well to play out of that pressure and look to build up their left-hand side here. Dream still a man light here in the midfield, so Terrell Williamson dropping back in to form that four in the midfield with just Bangura up top. Zoo with the strong step on Sheriff Seka. Seka does well to retain possession, but a dangerous ball through the middle of the pitch. Kakayira did well. And now the Reds build on their left-hand side again. Ball chipped forward. Duchesky should have that covered. Nicely done to keep the ball in play. Finds Andy Hernandez. Shepard Lewis goes back to Sosa. And Kofi is able to re-enter play. Zoo finds Williamson. Surrounded by two Reds defenders unable to retain possession. Ventura goes wide to Kakayira. He looks down the line, but cut out by Terrell Williamson. It looks like substitution here. Terrell Williamson off for Virginia Dream. And Sebastian Hendy on up top. Strong challenge there by Zoo, unable to keep the ball in. And a challenge there from Kakayira on Bangura Jr., who's back on this left-hand side with Hendy up top. Kofi, two men on, gets the ball wide to Duchesky, who finds Andy Hernandez, dropping into that midfield. Williamson does well to find Mordika with space. Mordika ran into traffic, but Dream able to retain the ball until it popped loose there. Christopher Barnard able to get a toe, and Brandon Williamson earns a yellow card with that sliding challenge. The Reds look to opt short there, but instead will be played deep into Dream territory. Second ball won by the Reds. And away by Duchesky. It'll be a Reds throw-in. Looks like Kevin Ventura has moved up into the midfield for the Reds. Ducheski doing well there. Surrounded by 3 Reds players, able to win his side a free kick. He takes quickly to Kofi, who pushes forward, finds Mordika wide with space. Mordika looking inside, plays the diagonal. Hendy going up for it. Second ball won by Brandon Williamson. Williamson cuts inside, puts the ball in. Andy Hernandez picks up the second ball, takes the shot, but it's over. Half chance there for Andy Hernandez. Dream will be looking for one more chance here as the clock winds down. The Reds goalkeeper taking his time on this goal kick. Zoo wins the aerial battle, but pops out to the Reds, who are on the break here. Cuts inside Ducheski. Ball slipped through. And it's hit over by the Reds forward. Let off there for Virginia Dream. Still have a chance here. Sosa quickly takes to Mahano. Able to turn and find Hendy, unable to hold the ball up there. The Reds pushing forward here. Ref telling the Reds forward to get up. Here's Hendy. He finds Shepard Lewis driving at the back line, surrounded by 2. He's taken down. No foul there, says the referee, and it'll be a goal kick for the Reds. Just about a minute and a half here left on the scoreboard, plus added time. You imagine there will be some due to a few injuries. A few substitutes there for the Reds, and now the ball will be back in play off this goal kick. Zoo goes up for it. He's fouled, and it will be a Dream free kick in the center circle. Zoo plays it quickly, finds Mordika, finds Kofi, and back to Zoo. He finds Ducheski wide. Shepard Lewis on the ball, pushed up. Looks for Brandon Williamson inside, but cut out by the Reds defender. Sosa will retrieve and find Kofi. Kofi able to turn out, finds a ball into Andy Hernandez. He looks to spin the ball in behind, but it's cut out well by the Reds center back, Mataszewski. Kakayira goes long, only finds Ducheski, who's able to retain possession. Zoo with the ball into the midfield, cut out, and the Reds look to possibly get the ball into the corner here with Elias Norris. That'll be a goal kick, and we'll restart with Sosa. Sosa goes short to Kofi. Kofi looking for options, finds Zoo, who finds Mordika. Kofi turns and finds his midfield partner, Brandon Williamson. He finds the ball into the middle to Bangura Jr. Cut out, but it'll be a dream throw-in. We're into stoppage time here. Mordika on the ball. Finds Andy Hernandez. Back to Mordika. Gets the cross in. And it's a goal! The ball from Mordika into Shepard Lewis. And it's an equalizer in stoppage time for Virginia Dream. What a goal that was. Shepard Lewis finding the equalizer in stoppage time for Virginia Dream. What a goal. And what a goal that was from Virginia Dream. Fullback to fullback. Ball whipped in from the left from Mordika. And Shepard Lewis with a powerful header down into the ground. And it found that top corner. And what timing on that goal for Dream, who seem to have secured themselves a point here at home. Not over yet, but the shot from the Reds saved by Sosa and cleared away by Mordika. The Reds looking to make one final push here. And a strong tackle from Zoo, who comes out with the ball. The crowd really enjoyed that tackle from Zoo, looking to hang on to this 2-2 draw. Ventura with the throw. Flicked by the Reds forward, but Duchesky able to clear. Hendy putting the pressure on the Red center backs. Ball is cut out and finds Williamson. Nice flick but it's cut out. It'll be a Dream throw. A Dream substitute here. Looks to be Mahano coming off for Jack Woods. Ball back in play. Hendy fighting for it. Duchesky backtracking. Brave header back to the goalie. He's able to claim. Zoo just telling him to slow the game down a bit. Sosa goes long. Hendy will chase this. Kofi nicely taken down. And here's Williamson. Williamson looking for the ball through. Bangura was offsides, but play will continue. It'll be a Dream throw here with Mordika. Won by Zoo. Mordika facing his own goal. Takes the safety first option. Williamson with a nice flick on. Hendy, if he's able to keep the ball in, would have been in space. Just unable to. Now the Reds look to come forward. Flick by Elias Norris. Good step in by Duchesky, who finds Brandon Williamson in a bit of space. Williamson wide to the goal scorer, Shepard Lewis. He looks to touch to Andy Hernandez. Ball cleared by Ventura, finds the Dream goalkeeper Sosa. Both teams now looking to grab a late winner, but there will be no time. And it ends in a thrilling 2-2 draw here at the Cloud between Virginia Dream and the Alexandria Reds. Goals in the first half from Terrell Williamson for the Dream, and a late equalizer from Demetrius Shepard-Lewis secures a 2-2 draw for the Dream. Looks to be some disagreements here in the center circle. And that's all we have tonight, folks, in this NPSL matchup between Virginia Dream and Alexandria Reds. Finishes 2-2 off that late equalizer. Please join us next time. Thank you for watching.